everyone, my name is Taylor Smith, aka the Career Coach, and today I'm talking about appropriate business attire per professional event. So if you've ever wondered what was the difference between business casual versus business professional versus business formal, then this video is 100% dedicated to you because we're going to talk about all the differences between each of them as well as some examples per category. So if you are interested in learning more, make sure that you keep on watching this video. Until then, again, my name is Taylor Smith and I help college students and professionals get noticed by recruiters, stand out as a top candidate, and get offers for paid internships and full-time opportunities. If any of that resonates with you, then you are in the correct place. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started with our video. Alrighty, so before we dive into the different types of business attire, I do want to make this point known. So whether you're starting a job or depending on the different type of event you're going to, it's probably best to just double check with the organizer what is the appropriate attire for you to wear. And if they have any examples, sometimes they will provide these for you because sometimes these categories may vary a little bit depending on the type of field or area that you work in. Some of the categories you can really dress up and some of the categories you can really dress down. So I'll try to explain some of these differences throughout the video, but the best thing is to really just ask the organizer what the attire is, or if you are starting a new job, I would usually go in like business casual, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. And then as you start working on the job a little bit more, you'll get to really get a style or a taste of what everyone else is wearing. And from there, you can really decide what is going to be a good fit for you to wear day in and day out. Alrighty, so we're gonna kick it off with casual attire. So I know I didn't mention this at the very beginning of the video, but that's because this is kind of very new still, and it really just depends per company. Not too many companies are doing this, but some of our tech companies, especially within the corporate world, are allowing their employees to dress a little bit more casually into the office. So this can include wearing a t-shirt, sometimes even hoodies, wearing some jeans, some cargo shorts, maybe even flip-flops or even sneakers. So it is best to always double check this in advance before you go into the office dressing very casual, because this could definitely be a very big no-no. Even if your company allows you to have casual Fridays, casual doesn't always mean that you can wear your flip-flops. It may mean that you can wear some nice jeans and a nice polo or something. So this will be more of like the really dressed down version of business casual, which we'll be talking about next. But just be careful about the casual. Just make sure that you get all the approvals, or you look around at the other employees and you get an understanding, okay, this is appropriate, before you decide to just go into the office dressed as casual attire. Alrighty, so next we're going to talk about business casual. So I'm actually breaking this up into two categories, where we have the dressier side of business casual and then the more dressed down version of business casual. So first, let's talk about the dressier side. So this is wearing like a button-up shirt or some kind of really nice blouse with some slacks. Ladies, if you do want to wear a skirt, just make sure that it is length appropriate. So this is either almost to your knees or at your knees, and this is typically going to be some kind of pencil skirt. You can also wear a very nice dress, but make sure that it is also length appropriate. If you need to make sure that you wear some kind of cardigan or blazer over it, make sure that you do that accordingly to your best judgment. You can also wear boat shoes, so this is going to be like Sperry's. You could also wear loafers if that's comfortable for you, or even some kind of flats, ladies, if you don't want to wear a heel, but heels are also appropriate if that's what you would like to do. Just make sure that it is okay to wear within your facility. If you work in a manufacturing site and you're not really allowed to wear heels, or it's not practical, then maybe that's something that you may want to avoid. You can also wear dangly earrings if that's your style. You can wear different necklaces. I do see a lot of women wearing those into the office sometimes. So these are some options you can wear within the dressier side of the business casual category. Alrighty, let's talk about the dressed down version of business casual. So in a lot of ways, this will still be pretty similar. So you can wear your button-up shirt, you can wear blouses, but if you want to be a little bit more relaxed, you can also wear some kind of polo shirt. Or ladies, if you have a really nice t-shirt or a really nice tank top, you can also wear some kind of blazer or cardigan over it. So these are also some options that you have within this category. You can also wear jeans typically within this category, but make sure that you are still staying professional as possible. So what I mean by that is wearing more like the medium wash or the dark wash or black colored jeans. This is avoiding the lighter colors. That's when it starts to get a little bit more casual, so stick to these. You also want to stick to classic styles, not so much the trendy or popular styles that are in fashion. And you probably, well, not probably, definitely need to avoid any rips, tears, or holes within your jeans, because honestly that just really isn't appropriate for the workplace. And when I'm giving you all these options for this dressed down version of business casual, this is more so like the casual Fridays some of these companies allow you to wear. So if you don't see a lot of people wearing polos, it's very much like the more dressier side of business casual. These are a lot of options that you can wear on that casual Friday. Or if your facility is a lot more lax, and these are kind of options that you could wear maybe day in and day out within the facility. You can also wear the same shoes, so you can still wear Sperry's, boat shoes, loafers, flats. If you want to wear heels, that's okay as well. If you want to wear any sandals, that's okay as well, ladies. Just make sure that these are the more dressier style of sandals and they're still appropriate. You don't want to be too casual. Going back to the heels really quickly, you want to make sure that these are appropriate heels. So we're not wearing any platform shoes, right? These are no taller than about 3.5 inches long, so make sure that you are staying appropriate here, and only wear heels if it's allowed to at your facility, or if you are allowed to change shoes if needed, then just make sure that you get those proper approvals as well. You can still wear your cute dangly earrings and also any cute jewelry, watches, bracelets, etc. that you might want to. Business professional attire. So this can very much so depend on the type of event that you are attending. So we will talk about that here very shortly. But within this category, you really want to keep it very sleek and professional with wearing some kind of suit. So whether this is a pantsuit, skirt suit, dress suit, you want to make sure that you're wearing the appropriate colors, the appropriate lengths, and the appropriate articles of clothing underneath that. So you guys are in luck, because next week I'm posting another video that's going to dive in deeper about business professional attire, specifically for interviews, career fairs, and any kind of special presentation. So make sure that you guys subscribe and hit the notification bell so you do not miss that video and you're the first to see more about that. But some other details related to that: you are wearing dress shoes most definitely, and you're also wearing some kind of really nice flat or some kind of nice heel, ladies. So again, these are not the platform heels. These are keeping it simple at pumps. We're not doing any open toe. We're just keeping it very classy and making sure you have an appropriate length, no higher than 3.5 inches. And in addition to that, your jewelry is just going to be very simplistic. So we're not wearing a lot of gaudy and big necklaces and bracelets. We're just keeping it very delicate, very simple, and also stud earrings only. Make sure you guys watch the video next week so that you can get more information about this category. Alrighty, so business formal, this is wearing some kind of formal suit. So this may even be the same suit that you're wearing in the business professional category. This is okay, just making sure that you're wearing the appropriate things to make it really stand out. So if you want to wear cufflinks, that is optional. This can really vary in the category if you're going really super dressed up or maybe a little more dressed down. You can also make sure that you're wearing some kind of tie, whether it's a regular tie or a bow tie. You should also be wearing a tie within the business professional category as well. Ladies, you could also wear some kind of formal gown. So this is going to be something that's floor length, or you could wear some kind of formal dress as well. So this is making sure that it is actually length appropriate again. So this is to your knees or past your knees or almost to your knees, but making sure that is actually like a formal and nice and elegant dress that you would wear to some kind of special event. You can also wear dress shoes, men. That's what you're sticking to. Ladies, you can wear a very nice flat or a very nice heel, kind of similar to mentioned before. So this is where you want to stay within this category. Depending on the event, they may be a little more strict on what they allow. They may only allow you to wear formal gowns, ladies, so that really just depends on what the invitation says, but there is a little bit more flexibility here if needed and if not specified. So let's talk about the different types of categories and what types of professional attire you would wear per category type. Alrighty, so let's talk about different types of attire that you would wear for different types of events. So first and foremost, let's talk about career fairs. So if you're not really sure what a career fair is, I suggest you check out this video here on my channel where I talk about what career fairs are and what are some of the benefits of attending them. But in gist, A career fair is basically a networking opportunity that allows you to connect with anywhere from 10 to 30 plus companies in a 1 or 2 day event in order to talk about potential job opportunities. So because of the context of this, you want to make sure that you are really sharp because you are trying to dress to impress in order to get a job. But furthermore, you're also walking around the career fair the whole day, so you want to make sure that you're wearing comfortable shoes. So as far as what I would wear to a career fair, I usually try to keep it very professional and a little bit boring. So like we talked about the business professional category, this is where you're going to aim at. So I would wear something like this with probably like a black blazer. And again, next week I'm going to have this video where I talk about all of this in a little bit more detail, but this is what I would stick to for a career fair, especially if I was the one looking for a job. Unless I am maybe some kind of coordinator that's planning the conference, then maybe I already have a job, maybe I'm not really looking. I may dress a little bit cuter, I might have some different colors and stuff going on, but if I'm the one who's really focused on getting a job, I may be a little bit more boring on the different colors that I wear and making sure that I just look very professional and clean. Next up is a networking session. So this could be within the categories of an informational session, some kind of professional workshop, or some kind of networking event, networking mixer, networking dinner, etc. So within this category, I would say you want to stay within the business casual or the business professional realm. And honestly, it's going to depend on the specific type of event and what time of day it is, etc., who's coordinating it, and kind of what are the vibes, for lack of a better word. But honestly, if you are doing some kind of networking dinner, which is part of the preliminary stages as part of some kind of interview process, I would suggest that you definitely wear the business professional attire. If you are attending some kind of professional workshop at some kind of conference, you may want to also still wear some kind of business professional attire. However, you may also dip into the business casual, but just be a little bit more on the dressy side. If you're doing some kind of workshop, but it's just at the workplace or it's with some kind of organization after work, you could probably get away with being a little bit more on the lax side of business casual, or you can be a little bit more dressy if that's what you prefer. And then lastly, if you are attending some kind of informational session, so let's say you are a college student at a university and you have some kind of company coming on campus to talk more about their company, what they do, what they're looking for in potential candidates, etc. This is definitely some kind of recruiting opportunity. So kind of similar to the career fair, you really want to put on your best impression because you are trying to get hired, most likely if you're trying to talk to this person or you're trying to expand and grow your network. So with that said, I think that you should wear the business professional if you can, but since it is still kind of like a lax environment, it's not necessarily an interview or a career fair, you can just do the more dressy side of the business casual without having to be too relaxed. You could wear business casual if you wanted to, but I would suggest being more on the side of being a little bit more dressed up. Also, a pro tip, whenever you attend these different types of networking events, specifically like an informational session or some kind of workshop, especially when it's with a company that you have an interest in and you're trying to make a good impression, you should definitely bring some kind of notebook or journal with you so that you can take notes and you can really make it seem like you have an interest in what they're saying, and you can take this information with you afterwards and apply it to whenever you are applying online, making sure that you have a lot of keywords, buzzwords, a lot of the characteristics that they're looking for, because they might provide you, and they will provide you, a lot of information because they're trying to basically tell you everything that they're looking for, so that hopefully you guys can come prepared for that when you go to the career fairs and when you go and apply online and whenever you go out and seek and talk to these different recruiters. But with that said, in addition to that, you want to make sure that you're really making a good impression. So whenever you have questions, and make sure you actually have questions at the end, right? Make sure you ask questions, you're engaged, you answer any questions they might have, you make comments, etc. But whenever you speak, make sure that you fully introduce yourself. So you can stand up and say, hello, my name is Taylor Smith, and give a quick, brief introduction about yourself. So whether this is your major and your university and your grade level, or maybe this is just whatever your degree is in and where you're located. It can be as simple as that, but just so they have a little bit of background so they can kind of remember who you are. And then afterwards, make sure that you take the time to introduce yourself to the speakers who are hosting the event, and just talk to them and see if you can have more of a one-on-one conversation to learn a little bit more about what they do within the company, what they're looking for, and really get to share a little bit more about yourself and maybe even pitch a little bit of your elevator pitch to them. So you can check out this video here if you want to learn more about elevator pitches and how to develop one. Alrighty, for an interview, so we kind of mentioned this before a little bit, but some companies, they vary in what their requirements are for their interviews. So some of these tech companies, they will tell you up front when they book the interview with you that the attire is business casual. So you don't have to dress up, you don't have to wear a suit. I think in actuality, they would prefer that you don't wear a suit because they want to make sure that you are someone that fits their company culture. So if someone tells you to be business casual, just go ahead and be business casual. I know I say sometimes that it's better to assume to wear business professional. That's if you don't hear anything at all. But if someone does tell you business casual, try to stay within that category so that it doesn't seem like you're doing too much. And it really shows that you can really fit in with their company culture because that's what they are going to dress kind of maybe day in and day out, if not a little bit more casual than that. However, otherwise, you should assume that you should be in business professional attire unless someone tells you otherwise. So the business professional attire, like we mentioned again, is making sure that you wear some kind of suit and you're really coming dressed to impress. Next, we have an award ceremony, gala, a reception event, some kind of banquet, etc. This is when you're going to wear more of your formal attire. So depending again what the specific attire is for this type of event, you can wear some kind of floor length gown, or you could wear just some kind of formal dress, which would probably be more like a tea length or some kind of cocktail length dress. Make sure that you look nice, right? You want to be professional, of course, if this is some kind of specific business event still, so you don't want to be too provocative, I guess, for lack of a better word, but make sure that you still looks very nice and elegant because you probably will take a lot of photos afterwards and you just want to show that you can clean up really nice and you can look nice whenever deemed appropriate. So don't necessarily have to be the business professional attire. We're just taking it a step up but still being very elegant and very poised. Alrighty y'all, well that's it for this video. Hopefully you guys learned something new. If you did, make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel. If you want to learn more about career readiness, make sure to check out some of my other videos on my channel. And if you want to stay connected with me, I will put my website as well as my social media here in the corner. If you want to book a service with me as far as one-on-one help, or if you want to just stay connected with me for more free tips on Instagram, Twitter, etc. But until then, you guys, happy job hunting, and I will talk to you guys really soon. Alrighty, take care.